Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. We're going to take a look at Florida tight end Kyle Pitts. This is a really interesting prospect. You're going to see him against Ole Miss today. We're going to look at a number of plays. We're going to begin with his blocking, which is probably the worst part of his game. He has some promise here, but he needs to get a little bit stronger in his frame. He's a 6'7" prospect who's a little bit on the thinner side because he's more of a converted receiver type and more of a move tight end. But you can see him come off low here. He gets his hands, shoots them inside. That's really promising. He does extend a fair bit coming out of that stance. And because he's also not as strong in his core as he probably will be in the NFL, barring any issues with his development physically, he'll be strong enough to be able to hold up against an edge defender a little longer here. But this is one of those situations where you can see just right off the bat that as he comes off, he's a little too long off the line here. He does come off with the hands, but he's able to get just pushed or shoved down onto his knees by a larger man. And this is just indicative of what he's going to deal with until he gets into an NFL training facility and as his body matures and continues to work on his body to be able to gain more muscle and girth to be able to handle this. That was your public service announcement for things he needs to work on. Otherwise, really watching him as a receiver is a lot of fun. Here he is split outside, singled up to the right, and you're going to see him, with a little bit of a hesitation or stutter, work outside, and then he gives a bit of an arm over to work back to the inside, which we'll see in a moment. And then just look at that extension for the ball. He uses his reach well. He's able to track the ball, uses his hands in a terrific position here in terms of getting them, together so that he can really receive the ball and catch it with his fingertips and away from his frame so that he can pull it down efficiently and where he wants it to be and then turn upfield and catch the ball. So you can see there's that little stutter, and then this is really a throw by where he can take his hand, place it on the shoulder, and then he uses the swim over top of it. So you can see he uses a combination of hand moves pretty well. He works through a little bit of the contact there, and then just look at the hands. Fingertips right there. And a lot like another thin tight end wearing number 84 who played at Savannah State, Shannon Sharp, this kid has speed. You can see him come off the line with a little bit of a shoulder dip, and then there's the arm over right here as he clears number 32 and gets up the seam. Has to wait on the ball a little bit, but then he can just pull away. Nice stiff arm at the end of that. Let's take a look at that again. Just good placement. See the placement there? Just really like right under the chin. And then he extends from there on the play. Let's watch it all the way through here. And as I mentioned at the top of the video, his blocking has some elements to it that are positive, and against smaller defenders, he can handle himself. So you're talking about safeties and maybe some smaller linebackers. You can watch him here at the edge. Good punch. And he rolls through the hips and is able to stand that defender up, moves his feet well, keeps his hands locked in there, and he's able to keep moving his feet and chopping his feet to move that defender to the outside. And you're going to see a lot of nice technique here on this touchdown reception. You're going to see him on the wing here, and watch the stem. He's going to use a little bit of a hip shift to alter the pace against that seam defender, and then the beautiful jump back towards the ball and pull down. Let's watch that hip shift one more time here. As he comes up the field, you're going to watch him here slow down just a tad with that little step to the inside, and then he comes back to the ball with the attack. Good hand position, pull down here. Very well done. Watch the replay of him at the catch point, and we'll get a chance to see that. See how he jumps back towards the ball. Again, hands in position to receive it and use his fingertips to make the catch and pull it down even when it's contested, and using his strength in his body to lean back and get in bounds. Beautiful play by Kyle Pitts. Really promising receiving tight end prospect. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.